Good afternoon, Receptive Radio community. I am really excited today, and this is going to be a money conversation, by the way, how to keep more of what you earn. And I have the pleasure of having Janet Hum. She's a CPA, CA, and a tax smart wealth strategist. And this is going to be a cool conversation. Some of you know I'm also a CPA, and I have this public practice, financial accounting for solopreneurs background. So it might get a little heady in here, but we'll try and keep it on the down low for you, for leaders who have their own companies. And we're going to specify for entrepreneurs who want to, make lots of revenue, but being smart with the money when it comes in, how to keep more of it, how to save more of it, invest it, and also pay less taxes. So thank you, Janet, for coming on. Tell us a little bit about you and what you're doing now, like how you're helping people.
Yeah, well, thank you, Jennifer, first of all, for having me. It's been a pleasure knowing you and how you've helped leaders to build and live their dream. And it's one thing to build their revenue and business, but it's another to make sure that we're doing the same with our money, to make sure our money is working just as hard, if not harder for us, right? So a little bit about myself. I'm a daughter, sister, wife, and mom. And like many women, I know firsthand that finances can feel overwhelming, even intimidating at times. And so I'm here to help professionals take control of their financial future through smart, strategic, and tax-efficient wealth building. Even with my business degree and CPA designation, for a while, I didn't know what was going on with my accounts. I was sitting across from my advisor at the bank, and whatever they say, I'd be like, okay. But I had no clue until one day I finally woke up and be like, you know what? I don't want them to tell me in my 50s or close to my retirement that I cannot retire because I never took the time to understand my own finances. So that's where I started the journey of learning for myself and now sharing with everyone around me. And my mission is bigger than mine. My mission is to help and impact over 1 million families in the next decade. And Jennifer, thank you for having me here because together we can do this.
I know we can. And that's the thing with me and you and my people that I help. We have big missions, we have a big purpose, and we want to make a large impact. And there is no reason that we cannot all be prosperous and abundant and start aligning our actions with that. And especially when you have people who are heart-centered, who've been where you've been, we've made the mistakes, even with our accounting backgrounds. There was a time where I was always putting my clients first and not, I was the last one to get my tax return done or the last one who planned for anything, so it takes working with a professional to really help you move forward in an aligned, specific way so that you're meeting your goals. I want to also know, Janet, what's the most common problem? So how do your clients come to you? What are they like? I want to talk about this. We'll have a case study type of person conversation here. So tell us about a client that comes to you. What are they like when they get there?
Typically, they're in their sort of very successful years, like 40s and 50s. They're making really good money. They're starting to think about retirement. They're like, do I have enough to retire? Most of us, it doesn't matter if we're entrepreneurs or employees, we work so hard trying to figure out or save our way to retirement. But you and I both know we can't save our way to retirement, number one. Number two, it's not about an age. It's about how much we have saved up for our retirement. That would mean you and I have to figure out, what does our retirement lifestyle look like? For some, it could be traveling 1 month at a time, right? Or for others, it could be, you know what, I just want to sit at home and watch TV. I don't know. But the difference in the retirement lifestyle will have a different retirement dollar amount to it. So number one is sitting down and figuring out what are they thinking about retirement. Number two, and also how do we, without doing extra, save more by saving on taxes. The average Canadian US family now spends $47,000 a year on taxes alone, Jennifer.
Yeah,
$47,000.
that's not just income taxes. That's service taxes, sales taxes, all types of the sneaky ways that we're overtaxed. Yeah,
That's right.
47,000. I know it breaks my heart to see all the double taxation out there.
Yes, that's right.
Yeah.
And that's more than spending on rent or mortgage and food combined for a lot of families. So taxes is one of the biggest expense over a lifetime. And most people don't know why they're overpaying. Without a plan, they lose their money year after year that could have been invested, saved, or used to build generational wealth. And that's where the tax planning comes in.
Yeah, I know that's really important. And it's not easy to do tax planning by yourself. So I really feel, and I'm biased here too, and I want to maybe invite you in the audience to share in the comments if you do your own tax planning and if you work with a professional to help you do wealth management or wealth building or tax planning or even your tax return. Like there's lots of people out there that are doing their own planning. And I would like to know in the comments if you're one of them. But
well, I'm one of them, Jennifer.
Yes, but we have the education in the background. So and I still do work with, I still send my tax return out to other professionals now because I can't always see my own mistakes and I'd like a second opinion. Even when I was working in the industry, there was the review stage, right? Like everyone knows there's more than one eye that looks on your tax return when it goes to a professional. And so why do you think it's important that entrepreneurs who, in their 40s, right, we're potentially also creating a brand new company, like if you're working with me and you're stepping into a bigger leadership and you're finally stepping into your purpose and you're doing what you love now, and the money is starting to come in and you're scaling or growing your company, there's going to be more planning. Like you want to be able to plan it to reinvest in capital as well, not just your retirement, but
Absolutely.
why is it? Yeah, tell us why you think it's so important that you work with a professional. I know why.
Yeah, you know what? Let's be honest. I don't know everything. Nobody does, right? And so it's important and we all have blind spots. So it's always good to bounce ideas off people. Now, for myself, I love my friends, but they don't know everything either. I'd rather go to a professional who knows what they're talking about, who has experience, and see more case studies versus, ask a friend or ask Google or ask ChatGPT, right?
Yeah.
And statistically, working with a trusted and professional financial advisor will help us increase our earnings, our rate of return on average 3 to 5%. You might think, 3 to 5% is not a lot. 1 year, no. But over time, it could double in 3 to 5 years. Think about the long-term impact of that.
Yeah. Unbelievable. Hey. And when you work with a professional, they're in it that's their life. They're up on all the newest and latest tools, tricks, tips, rules, changes in law and everything. So they know it. And even with myself, I'm not paying attention to tax strategies anymore. So I need to work with somebody who is, because I'm not keeping up on those rules. But I'd like to really talk about a story of somebody you've worked with recently that you've helped go from not knowing what to do with their money and not knowing how to build wealth, and to where they've gone now. Do you have a story like that?
Absolutely, lots. My client most recently, he is 60, right? He has his own company. He made really, really good income. So he has a retained earnings, right?
Yeah.
All he's done is putting money aside for retirement, which is great. Don't get me wrong. But in Canada, that's a tax deferred vehicle. Right? We also have something called a tax-free vehicle or tax advantage vehicle. He hasn't even touched that.
Really?
So number one, he's not maximizing his tax-free growth. Number two, the RSP or the retirement savings that he's putting in, he's not even investing. A lot of it is just sort of sitting in savings account, which is not giving us any more than 1% rate of return. So his
Really?
money is not working for him at all.
Yeah. And he's still working in his business too. So
That's right.
potentially he could be financially free a lot sooner than he thinks he could be, right?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Absolutely. And that's what it is. Like a lot of our clients are working really hard to build their business and they don't even think about their finance. There's nothing wrong with it. I get it. I understand it's very busy. But having someone in your team to help you look out for what are some ways we can do to invest in the business, but also on our future, it's critical.
Yeah. So somebody comes to you, they have, not efficient strategies happening. They're still organized, they're still professional because they have
Mhm.
some, they have some business acumen. But then you take them. So this guy, how did you help him shift all that? How did you help him shift all that?
Yeah, so we're slowly, we came up with a plan to draw some of the retained earnings out from his company to
I just want
number
to
one.
caveat here in case you don't
Yeah.
know. Retained earnings are the accumulation of profits over many years of your business running. So like you'll build up wealth inside of your company, which is,
Mhm.
in my mind, your company is a retirement savings vehicle as well. But so
Yes,
you'll build up wealth in there. So eventually you need to take that wealth out somehow too. So that's what we
that's
call
right.
retained earnings. Okay, go
Thank
ahead.
you, Jennifer.
You're welcome. You're welcome.
Yeah, so, slowly take that out and build up the tax-free vehicle. There are
Mm-hmm.
many tax-free vehicles out there. It's not just a tax-free savings account. There are other ones depending on your risk tolerance. There are things that are safe that are not like the GICs we have, the guaranteed income funds that we have in Canada, where it locks it up. There are a lot of ways. It's just that typical, I guess, business entrepreneurs go to the bank, and the bank is very restricted in what they can offer.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. And plus they want to sell you their products, right? They're not going to, if there's a different product out there that's not aligned with their bank brand, they're not going
Mhm.
to offer it to you as well.
That's right. That's right.
And when you work with an independent wealth strategist, they have access to so many different tools and products and services, right?
Yeah, and I want to touch upon on that, Jennifer. You brought up a good point. A lot of business owners or even individuals or professionals, they are afraid to go to a financial advisor. Sometimes
Right.
sometimes they're like, you know what? I don't know if they'll take me on because I don't have that net worth yet. And that's why the rich gets richer, Jennifer, because they have
Mm-hmm.
a team of people helping them figuring out what their strategy would be, right? Whether
Right.
it's 1 million, 2 million, whatever that may be. And then you've got 95% of us that may not qualify yet,
Mm-hmm.
right? And so here I am just opening my door and saying, you know what, let's just have a conversation. There's no obligation, there's no fee involved. Have a conversation for me to guide you through where you want to go, where you are right now, and how we can get the strategy to help you achieve that.
Right. Right. And and so there is people out there like Janet who aren't charging a fee for service to help you. You don't have to have $1 million in wealth already to book a meeting with her. And that's not, yeah, some people are afraid. They just don't know that they can access somebody to help them build their wealth and they think they can do it alone. We were talking before we got on this call that sometimes you said that somebody was using ChatGPT to help
Yeah,
them with their wealth management and they were getting a total made up scenario, like it never existed.
that's right. I was
Yeah.
talking to a lawyer yesterday, and she was looking for case studies to help her build her case. And just for fun, she wanted to see what ChatGPT would say.
Mm-hmm.
And ChatGPT gave her a few cases, and she cross-referenced to her, of course, law books. She's like, I couldn't find it. So she went back to ChatGPT. She's like, where are you referencing these cases? Are you making them up? And ChatGPT said, yes, I made them up.
Right. Yeah. And then there's nothing wrong with ChatGPT in our planning, but I feel like we need to know how to ask the right questions and we need to know how to probe and poke and like not just get gratitude, like self-gratifying answers to our questions. Oh, that makes me feel good. I'm right. Hey.
Yeah.
No, it's like, are you sure? Is this really right? You got to reference the source or that kind of stuff, or you need to put in filters for it to work for you.
You're right, Jennifer. It's like
Yeah,
Google, right? We look for
yeah,
what we're looking for. It's an
yeah,
algorithm, right? So we'll be able to sort of confirm our understanding. But I have blind spots. I don't know everything. So how do I look for something that I don't even know where to start?
exactly. Yeah. Yeah. And working, like I've had lots of clients over the years be afraid to bother me, with their questions. Well, I didn't want to bother you.
Yeah.
And, and I, and I think that's like a safe problem too. It's like they were afraid to ask the question because of some underlying other root issue of feeling like they're not good enough. I feel like they're not good enough to ask that question. And that's why I do work with the people I do work with, like to see, okay, yeah, that's just a symptom of some other root issue. And when it comes to money, I feel like there are a lot of root issues that go deeper than the surface level of I'm not making money on my money, or I'm overspending in places like taxes when I don't even need to. It's just that we are unaware, we're not paying attention, and we don't know that there's a solution out there that's easy. Like
Mm-hmm.
if we were just to ask for help.
Absolutely, absolutely. And you know what? I also work with people that tell me, I don't have money right now. I'll come to you when I have money. I'm like, what if sitting down with me will actually help you find the money you don't have yet and to
Yeah.
start building that wealth, right?
Yeah.
Don't wait, right? You don't have to wait. There are things that you and I can look at to see, where our money leaking in from our pockets right now. What are some things that, we can just shift around that can make a huge impact so that you can keep more in your pocket legally,
Yeah.
obviously, right?
Yeah. 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 And it's just to help. It's working with somebody you feel resonant with and safe with,
Mm-hmm.
because, lots of people have been burned. And I know so many people have a story. Well, my accountant did this bad thing and they didn't understand me here. And there's always ways to blame the accountant for your money problem. Maybe put in the chat if you have one of those stories. But if you take responsibility and just, okay, not every accountant or wealth manager is the same, wealth strategist is the same, and that there are people out there that do want to help you and they do want to protect your investments. They want to protect your savings and your earnings, and they want to help you grow wealthy, because when we're all growing wealthy, it's advantageous for everybody to be growing wealthy together, because then the flow of money can move and we can spend and we can travel and we can enjoy our lives. Like that's what money helps us do, right, Janet?
Yeah, and we can give back to our community, right? I'm not here to hoard money. We have, money is unlimited, like you said, Jennifer.
Yeah.
Right? Even if you and I are doing the same job or same role, I don't see you as a competitor, because there's going to be people that will resonate better with you or with me, vice versa. It's okay.
Yeah.
There's a billion people out there in the world. I can't serve everybody. I don't have time to serve everybody either. And so that's okay, right?
Yeah.
But also understanding that, you know what? Yes, sometimes it's scary. It's a huge step for some people. But you know what? Take small steps first, right?
Yeah.
Start looking at our finances, and working with people like you, Jennifer, right?
Yeah.
To untangle some of those mindsets that we grew up with, that are kind of holding us back, right? Will help us free us from getting ahead.
Yeah. Yeah. It's so true, Janet. And then when all somebody has to do is to book a call with you, and I'm going to put that up on the screen here now, and I'll put it in the chat or comments later. But this is just an initial consult to just see if you resonate with Janet. And to hear more about how she could help you with your problem. So people can just bring a problem to you here in this call, and you'll be able to guide them in the right way, right?
Absolutely. You know what? Let's see if we can work together, right? And
Mm-hmm.
see how I can
Mm-hmm.
be a resource for you. At the end of the day, like I was sharing earlier, sharing with you, Jennifer, I thought I knew with my destination and my degree, but I didn't. So for me,
Mm-hmm.
it's all about education first. How can I help you decipher through all the information and all the noise out there and actually guide you to what you need to know and potentially change your future so that maybe you want to retire earlier. Maybe you want to, live a different life or start a different business, whatever that may be, or leave more for your family, or knock on wood, in case something happens, you don't have to worry about the financial stress because that is huge right now in our economy.
Yeah. Yeah, and when I would love to see a world where we are not stressed out about money
Yeah.
because it just flows, it comes easily. People are doing what they love to do. They're all in the right work that fulfills them and satisfies them. And we're helping each other, we're collaborating with each other. And competition, there I don't believe there's anything such thing as competition because there is 7 billion people on the planet and there's so much to do out there and to serve, and connecting with heart-centered soulpreneurs is
Mhm.
part of my jam. I like to work with
Yeah.
people like that.
And sometimes making these financial decisions are very scary, but it's also very costly if you don't if we when we make them out of fear or urgency.
Yes. Yes. If you wait till the last minute, or you think you can solve it all on your own, and then you wait till the last minute, or yeah, there's so many times when I was doing tax returns where people would bring it in on like April 29th and it's due the next day, and I'd be like, well, it's going to be late, like. And of course we would stress ourselves out at the office to get it done because we wouldn't want to get it late. And I don't think that's fair. I don't
Mhm.
think that's fair. Like, it's that's where I say take responsibility, for some part of your action in your finances, because that will help you find the really great um, strategists like Janet, who will show up and meet you there. Like, she'll show up and take responsibility for helping turn your ship around, like, so that it's building wealth and is going downstream in an easy flow.
Yeah. Yeah. And you know what? A lot of times what I'm hearing from some of my clients is they regret that they've missed some opportunity or they were rushing into the choices that they made or they were
Hmm.
just very emotionally overwhelmed with what was happening.
Yeah.
Right. So, together, Jennifer and myself, we can work with you to guide you through that.
Yeah. Yeah. Thank you so much for coming on today, Janet. I know that this will be a replay that many people can watch and get in touch with Janet in the future so that they can start planning for retirement or for that next successful move into a new business as well.
Yeah.
Thank you so much.
Thank you, Jennifer. Thank
You're
you.
welcome. Okay. Thanks everyone for watching. Have a great day.